Okay, so we are resuming our Football Club History series and we're going to continue with the League of Ireland clubs. We're now looking at the Premier Division. I did say I would aim to get this series on the Irish clubs done before the Euro started. I've got a bit behind in getting my videos uploaded and researched. Work has just been a killer this week, but I'm off for the next 2 weeks, so that's all positive. And on another note, I did watch the first half of Germany-Scotland last night. I fell asleep at half-time. It was 3-0 when I left the game. When I woke up, it was full-time. From what I saw in the 45 minutes of play, Germany were made to look world-class by a really poor Scottish side. Now, this Germany side is a bit more exciting than in recent years where they've struggled. They've got a lot of youth. Got a few veterans in there, but a lot of youth, a lot of exciting young players who want to prove something. And they're at home. That's that home field advantage kind of thing. I mean, Munich last night, the Scottish Tartan Army was in fine voice, but so was the German fan base as well. Really impressed with some of the young German players who's been given freedom to play by Nagelsmann. There's going to be tougher tests for Germany, but that's a good positive start. Scotland, that goal differential. Now, while the best third-place teams, it isn't based firstly on goal differential, it's actually based on head-to-head with the other teams in your group, should teams be tied in the same group, and teams against in other groups as well also. Goal differential is the second tiebreaker. They've just conceded 5 in the first game. I have concerns about Scotland getting out of the group. So we'll see if Scotland can actually win a game at this tournament, or at least tighten up defensively. They were very, very passive. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get on with the Football Club History series. We're looking at Waterford Football Club. They're founded in 1930 and they entered the League of Ireland that same year in the 30-31 season. They did leave the league, however, in 1933 for 2 seasons before returning in the 35-36 season. Now, they currently play at the Waterford Regional Sports Centre. They moved there in 2018, has a capacity of 5,500. It's a reasonable size facility, considering in the Irish League, the average is around 4,000 to 6,000 for a capacity for a stadium. That's reasonable. Now, fun fact that I found whilst going through Waterford Football Club's history, Bobby Charlton played 3 games for the club in 1976, scoring a single goal. And in 1982, there was a name change. They changed from Waterford Football Club to Waterford United FC. Now, that rebrand didn't go very well for success because they only won 1 trophy between 1982 and 2016 when they renamed themselves back to their original name, Waterford Football Club. Now, all their success, apart from 1 trophy, comes between 1966 and 1985. They won the league title 6 times between the 65-66 season and the 72-73 season. So, Man City levels of dominance there, including 3 in a row, and then a back-to-back set as well. So, a very, very crazy period where between 66 and 73, I think there's only like 2 or 3 seasons they don't win the league title. It's ridiculous. They also won the FAI Cup twice, and the League of Ireland Cup, their version of the League Cup, which is currently suspended. We don't know if the FAI, and the League of Ireland are going to resume that competition, but they've won that twice. And they've got some very interesting rivals, of which we've done 2 of those clubs already in the history series, who are playing in the Division 1 section of the League of Ireland, not the top flight. So, the Honours, they first win the League of Ireland title in the 65-66 season. Then they take a season where they don't win it, and then they win it again the 67-68 season, the 68-69 season, and the 69-70 season. So they win 3 league titles in a row. They take a break in the 70-71 season. They don't win it. And then they win it again in the 71-72 and 72-73 seasons. And that's their league success done. So they're very, very dominant in a 6-7 year spell. Well, 6, 7, 8 seasons. I think 6 titles in 8 seasons. I think that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. 6 titles in 8 seasons. That is like Real Madrid in the Champions League kind of dominance. That's like Man City currently in the Premier League kind of dominance. That is a ridiculous spell of dominance. Now, the FAI Cup, they've won twice. Their first major trophy actually came in the 30s, in the 36-37 season. So there's a good 19-year gap from when they first win the FAI Cup to winning their first league title. And then the success happens. They win their second FAI Cup in the 79-80 season. So they finished their league dominance and now they're winning in other competitions. The League of Ireland Cup, they win the 73-74 season and the 84-85 season. And that's their success done. And that last title is one after the rebrand from Waterford FC to Waterford United FC before they're rebranded again. So they've not been successful for a very, very long time, 39 years since they last won a major honour. We're not talking about Division 1 titles because all this success happens when it's just a single league structure. There is no promotion relegation. This is when they're successful. They spent a lot of time in the Division 1 of the League of Ireland Football League structure. Now, their major rivals are Cork City, Wexford and Shamrock Rovers. In the 60s and 70s, the rivalry between Shamrock Rovers and Waterford was pretty intense. Now, Shamrock, one of the biggest clubs in Dublin, and of course Waterford on that southeastern coast. The southeastern coast, you've got Cork, you've got Wexford, some footballing heartlands there as well. Dublin has dominated the game over across the Irish Sea, and there was a proper rivalry back in the day. So there we go. I just find it very interesting that Bobby Charlton played three games for the club in 1976. That's kind of fun. But there we go. So there's a brief history of Waterford FC. I've got 9 more clubs to finish off, and I'm a week behind, so I've really got to get a crack on. But that was really fun looking at Waterford FC. Sligo Rovers is going to be fun to look at as well because they're fan owned, and I've been really looking forward to doing the video on them because they're a very, very successful club from right up in the arse end of nowhere because they're right on the west coast in a very rural part of the country. So that's going to be fun to look at as well. But from me for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on Waterford FC, and I want to hear from Waterford fans about that rebrand in 1982 and the rebrand again in 2016 and the lack of success since 1982 with only the one major trophy. That goes towards the UEFA coefficient. I mean, that's got to be frustrating. Yes, they have appeared in Europe, and they've also been denied entry into Europe as well since 2016 because they hadn't been rebranded for long enough because there's like a 3-year rule and they hadn't met that threshold. UEFA actually blocked them from entering UEFA competitions, which is a really crappy rule, personally, because they hadn't been re-established long enough as Waterford Football Club with the rebranding and the rebirth. So that is a really archaic, stupid rule that UEFA has. But there we go, because UEFA looks after the big boys, not the little guys. So there we go. But for me for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.